Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to fill a channeled inlay ring setting with pretty Miyuki Delica seed beads. So I have a filled one right here, and this is what it looks like in gold without the seed beads, and you see there's 3 neat rows which are perfectly made to fit 11 Delicas, and in this case for the ring finding you'll be using a row of 13 Delicas. So to do this you're going to need one of these pretty rings. And we have a little trick on how to do it, and I'm going to be using some Nymo, a needle. To keep them in place is going to be GS Hypo Cement, and then you'll just need a pair of scissors and some tape as well. And before I fill these, I want to show you a couple other options that these pretty channel inlays come in. So they do have a ring. They also have this really pretty slide clasp, and this is meant to be worked with a multi-strand project, loom work, even bead weaving, and you just slide your row of beads in there. It's a great, great clasp, and you see it's got the pretty little channel inlay, so you can coordinate your beads that you did to create your bracelet with the beads you're going to fill your clasp with. And then up here I also have some multi-strand clasps. I have a really wide one, which has 6 loops, a medium with 3, and a small one with 2. And it does come in both the gold and the silver color. So to choose my seed beads, I've pulled out a collection of Miyuki Delicas, all size 11/0, and these are recent additions to the collection that Beadaholique offers. We do have hundreds of them to choose from. But you see up here there's some really pretty blues and turquoises, some pinks, greens. I love this really vibrant, almost like a leaf or a spring green, and a mint green. Some metallics, wonderful bright fuchsia magenta colored pinks, some more oranges and reds, yellows. If you love purple, there's purple right here. And then the more muted palette, the more neutrals of the browns and the honeys and the golds and the bisque and the pale cream colors, and then some wonderful grays as well. So to choose your colors is really up to you. You can do all the same color or different colors. I do like personally using 3 different colors. So you can really play with maybe even some beads you have at home. It's a nice way of using up some of those leftover beads. But you could do a pretty brown collection and put a gold with it. You want something really warm, you could do metallics. So we could do a really bright metallic with like a pretty mint, or maybe even do all metallics. That could be really bright and vibrant. So it's really up to you what you want to do. I think I had my eye on this pretty pink over here. Maybe I'll do a pink with the metallic, more of a opaque pink, and then perhaps I'll do a cream as well. That looks really nice, very wearable too. So it's fun if you are doing a project like this to mix your finishes. It really helps each one pop and stand out. So I'm going to pour a little bit of these out. Like I mentioned before, they are size 11/0, and they're very uniform. So a Delica bead is great if you do a lot of, say, peyote bead stitching, because it really locks into place. It's one of my favorite beads to use for bead weaving. There we go. And now for my little trick on how to go about getting these beads in place without having to set one at a time. So I'm going to take my beading needle and a length of Nymo. I did try this with Fireline, and I actually prefer to use Nymo, or if you have KO or something like that at home. And that is strictly because it's softer and it drapes better. The Fireline and the Wildfire were too stiff, and I'll show you why that was a problem in just a minute. So just a little bit onto my beading needle, and no knot tied at the end. And then to get my ring finding to stand upright, I'm just going to take some tape, slide the ring finding over my tube of beads, and then tape it in place. And now it's going to stand up for me. So I like the GS Hypo Cement for this project. One, because it's got a really nice hold to it, but also it has that great fine applicator tip, which is really perfect when working with these channels. So I've got that ready to go. And I'm gonna string on my beads before I put down my glue, my first strand. So let's do 13 beads. I did pre-count. So for the ring findings, 13 beads fits perfectly. Got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Always good to just double check your counting. Okay, that looks good. And I'm gonna actually fill all 3 channels. And I'm doing this because I did find that if I went back and tried to add if I went and I filled one channel and then went back, put the beads in, and then came back and tried to fill another channel, I accidentally ended up bumping my beads often, which meant they became a little bit off kilter. There we go. So I've got all my glue in place. And now I'm just going to slide my beads down onto my thread. Scoot them together and set them into the first channel. Press them into place and carefully pull my thread out. Now, remember I said I really like Nymo for this, and this is why. I found that the fire line and the wildfire were too stiff, and they accidentally actually bumped my beads out of the channel. So now I'm going to pull my thread so that I've got a nice length on it. Make sure that it's still on the needle, and then another 13 beads. Slide that down, scoot them all together, and place it into your channel. Tap them in place and pull your thread out. And now I'm ready for my last row. Okay, I've got those. And again, scoot them in place, press them down into the channel, tap them, and pull your thread out. And now what you can do is you can very carefully just go back, tap the top of them, and then just let them sit upright until they are fully dry. And then you have a really pretty wearable ring, and you can do this in any color you want. And this ring finding is actually adjustable as well, which is nice. So you choose any color from the hundreds that Beadaholique offers. This is just a small sampling of some recent additions that we brought in. And then if you like this look and you like the idea of coordinating your beads with the rest of your jewelry project, do consider these clasps. They're a really great way of customizing your jewelry and making everything just look really neat and professional. Thanks for watching, and please do check out our other videos at beadaholique.com.